Okay, welcome you all. Hare Krishna. Let's start with the prayer. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraet nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati nashraki. Hare Krishna. So continue from last to last week. Last week we have Rukmani Prabhu class. So, but today we are going to continue from our Bhagavatam. We did 22 chapter on the Canto 3 and 23, but we are going to catch up on 23, but we will read 24 chapter. In our Bhagavatam, what we learned so far is Kardama Muni and Devahuti. And Kardama Muni did lot of tapasya, lot of meditation to fulfill the desire, fulfill the instruction of his guru and his father Brahma and the Lord himself. And based on the instructions, he did lot of tapasya to get the ideal wife. And we discussed that to get that kind of thing, like that kind of mindset, right? Following the instruction of guru itself is one of the prime importance of there, which Krishna was talking about. And in this conversation, what we discuss is then Kardama Muni was observing his wife, and after lot of austerity, what the like kartavya of wife towards the husband, and she was the princess of the topmost princess of that duration, that time, and she completely lost her exposures, composures, hair, and lot of dust in her body. She's not getting the time to wash also, but her desire was always there because there was a one instruction that you are going to have a 9 daughters, and these 9 daughters are not ordinary daughters. They are coming like just the blessing from the Lord himself. After the 9 daughter, one blessing was Lord says, I will take the incarnation from the womb of Devahuti. And to get the 9 daughter and fulfill the desire and expectations of his wife, Kardama Muni created one huge mansion. And that mansion is like a bigger than any cruise, like a 20 floor or 8 floor, I think some floors. And that cruise, that big mansion can fly. And that mansion is with all the equipments and the fully decorated like a palace, and with thousands of dasi and das were there to help Devahuti, and they were traveling all over the three worlds. And after that they gave 9 birth to the beautiful daughters. And after the daughter came, what happened is then, as the expected, in the chapter number 1 minute, let me open this one, some of my notes, is Brahma and all the devtas, they came, and then Brahma instructed Kardama Muni that okay, you have to give all 9 daughters to whom? Anyone know? He gave 9 daughters to whom?
Nine says.
9 rishi munis, these sages, these are created. We learn in the previous thing also. These 9 daughters gave it to these 9 sages, and these 9 daughters' name is Kala, Anusuya, Shraddha, Havirubha, Gati, Kriya, Khayati, Arudhati, and Santi. These 9 daughters gave it to Kala, is married to Marichi Rishi Muni. Anusurya married to Atri, Shraddha married to Angira, and Havi Buha married to Pulattasya Rishi Muni, Gati married to Pulaha, Kriya Krutu, Khayati is Bhrugu Muni, and Arudhuti is Vasishta, and Santi to Atharva. These 9 Rishi Muni married, and after the marriage, then Brahma went back, and during the marriage, is described that all the Devi Devtas, everyone is flowering that Kardama Muni ashram. And this is not like normal marriage. There was a very much intention of the Brahma and the Lord himself that What is the intention is we have to expand the progenies. We have to give like Manu, Swayambhavu Manu, and he gave his daughter Devahuti to Kardama Muni, and the clear instruction was have more daughters there. So that prediction was already there before their marriage itself, because Kardama Muni was 10,000 years meditating and the Lord Vishnu appeared. And the Lord Vishnu says to Kardama Muni, you are going to have a 9 daughter and I myself appear to you. So this was the some of the catch up from the last week what we learned. So there was a very important that understanding of that, and the next part of the thing is is very nice. And I would again I will always say that because we cannot cover all the purport of the Prabhupada, but the Prabhupada mentioned that after that the Vanaprastha life is mentioned that what we should do when we reach to that age, what is the responsibility of father. Here Kardama Muni is, as been mentioned, you remember that he married only in the one condition. Once your desire fulfill, then what I will do? I will take the renunciation. I will go back. Now the question is, when I was reading last night, now he knows that the Lord himself is coming in the womb of my wife. Lord is appearing in my ashram. Lord is coming there. Why he has to go to forest? Anyone? Why?
Detach.
The detachment, yeah. Yeah, he has to detach from family. But all the 9 daughters are married. And now he and himself and his son, Lord himself, is there. And why he's going to the forest? To please the Lord. And now Lord is coming to his house. Why he is going to the forest?
To teach us, Prabhuji.
To teach us, this is one other a good point, to teach us that how, what is the rule and regulation of Vanaprastha and this one. But Prabhupada mentioned in the purport is, as in this Kali Yuga, parents can live as a Vanaprastha in the Grahastha life also. They can do all the activities what one husband and wife should be doing it. There are many examples I saw in our Atlanta area. Some of the family members, they are very sincerely following the Vanaprastha life. In one of them is our Guruji and Gita Mataji. They are showing by example, because going to the forest, and what is the Prabhupada is mentioning is, when you are going to the forest, is not like you are just living with the animals. You are going from village to village and not staying in one house for more than certain number of days. That is the importance of that one. So he is not staying in his house. When he is staying in his house, means he's attached there. So Kardama Muni is giving the example to all of us that Vanaprastha life is we have to go village by village and preach the Krishna Katha. Kardama Muni is not going for meditation now. He is going to preach the Lord glories. This is what the example is. Lord is coming, and now in our house, do you think the Lord is there? He is there. We have a temple. Lord is there, but from our limited visions, we cannot see him. We have Ashta Vigraha there in our temple. Krishna is there. We are serving him. We are giving the food. He is there. But still, our responsibility is to go village after village and preach them. That's what the Kardama Muni is showing by example. And as we know that Kardama Muni is not, it's normal Muni. He can create, like he was creating that mansion. He should not be like living like sadhu in the simple ashram. He can have a lavish ashram also. But he is taking only that much what is needed for to preach, to sustain this body. He was not going after for the long lavish life. So this is one of the quality of the sadhu in Kali Yuga. These are the things we need to watch, what sadhu we are following. There are multiple sadhu in Kumbh Mela, also thousands and thousands sadhus everywhere, in the every corner, and in India we found the sadhu. So we need to see these qualities of the sadhu, how we can identify that who is the real sadhu I should follow. Like our example is this one. Long time back, I heard from Guru Maharaj, one of the class. Guru Maharaj himself says, I don't want to stay in the one place. In my house in the Delhi temple, I don't want to stay for more than a week. He never said in if after having the sickness also, if he is in the room, he will say, okay, I want to give the lecture. Maybe I cannot travel, doctor is not recommending, but he still go in so painful in that bodily difficulties, he go to the temple and give the lecture. He travel, and many people the day he went to the Dehradun also, many of his servants says that Maharaj, you should not go, and Maharaj, you should go in the wheelchair, you cannot stand for a long time. There are a lot of glorification, if you heard that one, right? So these are the quality of the sadhu. They are without our bodily comfort also, they want to go and preach. And Guru Maharaj many times says that what other people will start thinking, because I don't want to take this lavish life. And when someone, if you Sukha Priya Prabhu, one of the senior disciple, he mentioned that we renovate his room, he was not happy. He want to just live very simple like a sadhu. He was sleeping on the floor. He doesn't have any dining table. He said, I don't need it. But once the Guru Maharaj went for 1 month, 2 month trip to United States, then their servant, they renovated that house. I saw that before and after things. So it was not the same, but they renovated so nicely that so that at least other devotees will come, other Maharaj will come, at least see that Maharaj have basic things. So this is what the Kardama Muni also showing by his example and the commitment, that my commitment and condition was after the daughters, I'm not going to stay here. Right? So in the detail of this, now there are some devotional practices also there, which Prabhupada and the Narad Muni was instructing there. And one of the things I took the topic for today is Maya. How and why in that age, in the Yuga, they were talking about Maya? Why they are talking about the three modes? Right? And now the Maya is more powerful. We think that they are more powerful than the Krishna's energy. Why this is happening? Why Maya is more powerful? And as if you remember, last week I asked question to Rukmani Prabhuji that in the beginning, the devotees will come and they like so much, they are progressing like a super fast train. They are going with the bullet train kind of a speed, and then it slow down and they disappear. Why this is happening? Anyone has answer? He already gave the answer. Yes, Kartik Prabhu.
So it is not the Maya which is powerful, it is the purpose of powerful.
I didn't get Kartik. What you're saying?
It is not the Maya which is powerful, it is the purpose which is. That is what it is.
Right. So Maya is not powerful because our purpose and our efforts is not powerful. Our the intention is not powerful. Our desire to attach to Krishna is not powerful. Our desire to follow the Guru is not powerful. Our faith is not powerful. Shraddha Sadhu Sangha. Our Shraddha is still the same. But on the top of that, he added one point that we were start liking the Krishna consciousness, but we are not willing to give the other part of the association, which is totally and 100% Maya. That is the one of the biggest uh, fallback or the loophole where we want to attach to the thing which is going on in the association of the materialistic thing. We are so much, we don't want to lose that one. We want the social gathering, we want the party, we want the gossip where Krishna is not there. I don't want to leave that, but in beginning I like, oh, it's so much of nice, pleasing, stress free, I'm learning something new about the Krishna. But when you are not leaving that association, what will happen? Slowly the Maya will grab you, because in the Krishna consciousness the katha and thing will remain the same. They are keep on motivating, but the Maya is so strong that then you will come up with excuses. What kind of excuse? Oh, I have kids activity. Oh, I have this, my headache, and this or that. There are so many excuses and office work. Definitely, we are in office, we have some office work, but you will bring a small excuse to come away from Krishna. As soon the Krishna will see that, then Maya will grab. And someone asks, why does the Maya try so hard to take us away from Krishna? And one of the senior Acharya says that because Maya is a illusionary energy of the God himself. Maya simply does the quality control. How does the quality control? And Maya makes sure that only the pure devotee or the pure lover of the Krishna and his devotees are reached to the spiritual world. So Maya job is one of these, the QA controller. So she wants to make sure that non-devotee and non-association with the people should be filtered out. Only the pure devotee should go back to the spiritual world. And during the filtration, right? So various religious people, then once we will leave this body, then Maya will make sure that you will get the your own desired thing. Maybe you will get the human form, or maybe you will get to the higher planet, you will become a demigod, or you will go to the animal life. So Maya, based on that one, the quality things, the Maya will give you the real destination where you belong based on your choice and desires. This is what one of the Maharaj was saying. And this is part of the devotional service which is going to teach by Lord Kapila. We will come to that one, but we need to understand the Maya itself. Why we stuck in this material world? Why we are not progressing in our Krishna consciousness? Because we don't want to leave that illusionary energy with the non-devotees activities. We want to at least not to expand, but at least we should not growing that part. At least what we are doing now, we are trying to, within the sadhu sang, we are growing our bhakti process, we are going toward the Krishna, but at the same time don't try to grow your non devotees activity and association. At least pause there. Slowly it will come down once you grow in the spiritual journey. And one of the answer here is for, because our, who are the mature devotees who are really see that the Krishna's knowledge is so valuable, then they were saying, and in one of the shloka he was mentioning that in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 Karma Yoga shloka number 25, it says that as the ignorant perform their duties with the attachment to the results, the learned may similarly act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people to the right path. So here Prabhupada also explained that the right path is mentioned here is the Krishna consciousness. Maya is what we make of her. If we have the eyes of the selflessness, and we are away from the three mode of the things, then Maya will help us to purify, and it will generate that the taste of glorifying the Krishna. Maya is helping in the both the way. You see here, the quality controller is helping, so that if you are in the more towards the Mayavi thing, illusionary energy, non-devotees activities, then she will make sure that you should not reach there. She might promote you to the next level or might demote you to the animal level. But at the same time, here Prabhupada mentioned that the Maya is going to help you also, so that you can start chanting. When you start chanting, the Maya won't bother you. Prabhupada is mentioning this one. So Maya act in the three mode of the nature and make sure that our karma will be all wiped out. And Maya wants to make you in the level of where you purified. And one of the shlokas is said, Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishruna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. One who think himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily and always chant the holy name of the Lord. So, Maya is strong. As Karthik mentioned, that one, Maya is strong. Our purpose of going to the Krishna consciousness, following the Krishna conscious path, is not strong. Our desire to enjoy this material life is very strong. That is the one reason that Maya is completely holding to us there. Maya is doing is her duty. Maya is not like, I want to bring you down particularly. No, she is just following the order of the Lord. She is illusionary energy, so that she will keep on evaluating us, that okay, what is your desire. So why this Maya is coming here? Because Kardama Muni is telling these things, that my duty is there. I don't want to attach to anything. My responsibility based on the instruction I fulfill. Now let me go to the forest. And Prabhupada mentioned in one of the purport in that chapter, forest doesn't mean that literally going and living with the animals. Forest is going to the fulfill the Vanaprastha ashram rules and regulatives principles by preaching others. That is the forest we need to go. Forest is like literally like going in where non-devotees are not residing, only the animals. That's not the meaning. So Maya is, we should go and preach others. Their preaching is many other ways. One is what I'm also trying to do now. And other is you learn, like I think many of you, Partha Priya Prabhu, Rajiv Sham Prabhu, they have their own classes. They are also trying to preach. So similarly, everyone, when I started, it was not a class. I was doing one-on-one to my nephew for many months and year. And I was preaching one-on-one to my mother, to my sister, and all my relatives, whoever will call. Then there is a one-on-one phone conversation and preaching. And whoever will meet, we will bring the books and give it to them. Then slowly we started the class, at least bring everyone together and have in-person classes. And now, hopefully after 2 months, which not hopefully is already I think planned, we will go and have more association with the senior devotees. So our part is how we can preach. Everyone can preach, I can tell you now. You say, I don't have time. No, that is the excuse. Everyone. I started with my nephew. He's in India actually. He's not in my person also. I have to call him and preach him that this is one of the valuable knowledge which will change your life. And now you see that he's preaching us. And he's preaching me all the time. Whenever I go to Mama, do this way or that way. And he bring out a lot of mistakes also. Right? So these are the learning thing. We should always be in that path, so that we should keep Maya always at the dock. Maya should not be coming near to us. That is the only way, is if our purpose should be very strong, our faith is very strong. To get the Krishna, that desire should be very strong. That is important. So with that, let's jump into the chapter number 24, and we will read the shloka where the Kardama Muni says that I am renunciating now. I am done with this grasth life. Let me go to the forest. So please open that chapter, Kardama Muni, and everyone will get opportunity. It's a big chapter. We will read. Everyone will read. Let's start with Anish. Anish, let's read the 5 shlokas.
Let's go. Recalling the word Lord Vishnu, the merciful is Kartama as Lord Vishnu. Lakshman bhai, can you mute?
Uh,
आप अपना म्यूट करके देखिए लक्ष्मी एक बारी लास्ट टाइम भी शायद कुछ चलता हुआ लेट्स ट्राई
Before I will mute, Karthik, your voice is also breaking. Is everyone hearing clearly Karthik voice?
So there is an echo.
Echo.
No, it's
okay.
breaking for me.
break
Try to read Anish. Recalling the words of Lord Vishnu, the merciful sage Kardama replied as follows to Swayambhuva Manu's praiseworthy daughter, Devavati. who was speaking words full of renunciation. The sage said, "Do not be disappointed with yourself, O princess. You are actually praiseworthy. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead will shortly enter your womb as your son. You have undertaken sacred vows. God will bless you. Hence, you should worship the Lord with great faith through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gifts of your money in charity. The personality of Godhead, being worshipped by you, will spread my name and fame. You will vanquish the knot of your heart by becoming your son and teaching knowledge of Brahman." Sri Maitreya said, "Devahati was fully faithful and respectful towards the direction of her husband, Kardama, who was one of the Prajapatis, or generators of human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the master of the universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart."
Yes, Karthik, please continue.
Kirtana, I'll give it to Kirtana and then.
Kirtana, yeah. Okay, give it to Kirtana.
Many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudana, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of Kardama, appeared in Devahuti just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice. At the time of his descent on earth, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instruments in the sky. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord, while celestial dancing girls known as Apsaras danced in joyful ecstasy. At the time of the Lord's appearance, the demigods flying freely in the sky showered flowers. All the directions, all the waters, and everyone's mind became very satisfied. Brahma, the firstborn living being, went along with Marichi and other sages to the place of Kardama's hermitage, which was surrounded by the river Saraswati. Maitreya continued, "O killer of the enemy, the unborn Lord Brahma, who is almost independent in acquiring knowledge, could understand that a portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his quality of pure existence, had appeared in the womb of Devahuti, just to explain the complete state of knowledge known as Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga.
Thank you. Thank you. So, as we mentioned, right, here the Lord appeared in the womb of Devahuti. So that is the one important thing is in the beginning, Kardama Muni has already instructed, and from the previous chapter, he says that to Devahuti and all the 9 daughters were married to the different sages in the previous chapters. And now we are hearing that because Devahuti still wants that one desire that was, she already knew that she's going to have, but now is the instructions gave from the Lord himself that I will be born through the Kartama Muni and going to the womb, enter into the womb of Devahuti and born as Lord Kapila. So let's move on to next 5 shlokas. Let me see. Amit Prabhu, you want to say? You want to read?
Yes, I can read.
Yeah.
Okay. 11. After worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and a pure heart of his intended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kadma and Devhuti. Text 12. Lord Brahma said, "My dear son Kardama, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me." Text 13. Sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due diligence, with due deference, saying, "Yes, sir." Text 14. Lord Brahma then praised Kardama Muni's 9 daughters, saying, "All your thin-waisted daughters are certainly very chaste. I am sure they will increase this creation by their own descendants in various ways." Text 15. Therefore, Today, please give away your daughters to the foremost of sages, with due regard for the girls' temperaments and likings, and thereby spread your fame all over the universe.
Thank you. Thank you, Amit Prabhu. So here the Kardama Muni is praising, right? So this is the one, the Kardama Muni praised by the Brahma, that as my son, you follow my instructions without any duplicity that I can do this or that. He just follow that one, and he's following from many years after having the meditations and getting the married to Devuti and then having the 9 daughters. So let's, who can read now? Let me see. Achintya Prabhu.
Text 16. O Kardamba, I know that the original Supreme Personality of Godhead has now appeared as an incarnation of his internal energy. He is the bestower of all that is desired by the living entities, and he has now assumed the body of Kapila Muni. Text 17. By mystic yoga and the practical application of knowledge from the scriptures, Kapila Muni, who is characterized by his golden hair, his eyes just like the lotus petals, and his lotus feet, which bear the marks of lotus flower, will uproot the deep-rooted desire for work in this material world. Text 18. Lord Brahma then told Devahuti, my dear daughter of Manu, the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kitamba is now within your womb. He will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubt. Then he will travel all over the world. Text 19. Your son will be the head of all the perfected souls. He will be approved by the acharyas, expert in disseminating real knowledge, and among the people who he will be celebrated by the name Kapila. As the son of Devahuti, he will increase your fame. Text 20. Sri Maitreya said, after thus speaking to Kadamba Muni and his wife Devahuti, Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, who is also known as Hamsa, went back to the highest of the 3 planetary systems on his swan carrier with the 4 Kumaras and Narada. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So here again, some of the instructions from Lord Brahma, and Brahma already told, so that the child who is coming out of your womb, his name is going to be Lord Kapila. And what he's going to do? He will clear all your doubts, because he already knew that the Devahuti has, she's going to ask all that open-ended questions to Lord Kapila, and that's what we are going to learn in our next classes. That all the devotion thing, this is nothing new, but that's the one reason I asked Rukmani Prabhu also to give some instructions or the lesson learned from the Lord Kapila, and he mentioned some, and then we are going to read more detail about all the questions what Devahuti asked to his son Lord Kapila. So let me, Rajiv Sham Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Text 21. O Vidura, after the departure of Brahma, Kardama Muni, having ordered by Brahma, handed over his 9 daughters as instructed to the 9 great sages who created the population. Text 22-23. Kardama Muni handed over his daughter Kala to Marichi and another daughter Anusuya to Atri. He delivered Shraddha to Angira and Havirbhu to Pulatsya. He delivered Gatti to Ulaha and chased Kriya to Kratu. Kayati to Brigo and Arundhati to Vashishta. Text 24. He delivered Shanti to Atharva, and because of Shanti, sacrificial ceremonies are well performed. Thus he got the foremost Brahmanas married, and he maintained them along with their wives. Text 25. Thus married, the sages took leave of Kardama and departed full of joy, each for his own, own hermitage, O Vidura. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. So with that, I don't know who is there. I didn't see their camera. So let me read. Okay, okay, Karthik Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. Text number 26. When Kartama Muni understood the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the chief of all the demigods, Vishnu, has descended, Kartama approached him in a secluded place, offered obeisances, and spoke as follows. Kardama Muni said, "Oh, after a long time, the demigods of this universe have become pleased with the suffering souls who are in the material entanglement because of their own misdeeds. After many births, mature yogis by complete trance in yoga endeavor in secluded places to see the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not considering the negligence of ordinary householders like us, that very same Supreme Personality of Godhead appears in our homes just to support his devotees." Kardama Muni said, "You, my dear Lord, you are who are always increasing the honor of your devotees, have descended in my house just to fulfill your word and decimate the process of real knowledge." Thank you, Lakshman Bhai.
Thank you, Karthik Prabhu. So now you see that, right? So in this paragraph, Lord Kapila already appeared. And now Kardama Muni is talking to Lord Kapila. That is our fortunate that you born in my own house to disseminate the process of real knowledge. So now after having that conversation, and then he leave the house for the forest. So remaining of the shloka we will cover in the next class because there are few announcement and discussions. So I will pause here. Thank you so much. But you can please go ahead and read. Next class we will catch up on other things.